This is a real facility, built to operate when normal food systems can longer survive.
Once inside, the facility is sealed to protect production from extreme external conditions.
Every worker is verified and logged before entering areas where emergency food production begins.
Strict hygiene procedures are enforced to prevent contamination during long-term emergency food production.
Raw ingredients arrive under controlled conditions and are inspected to meet emergency-grade nutrition and safety standards and daily requirements.
Each ingredient is tested to ensure it can remain safe and stable for years in storage.
Measured ingredients are combined carefully to create food designed for long-term emergency use.
Temperature and timing are carefully controlled to protect nutrients during the initial processing stage.
Once blended, the mixture moves through sealed systems to prevent exposure and contamination.
The next stage removes moisture, helping the food survive extreme conditions for long-term storage.
Controlled drying reduces moisture without damaging the structure or nutrition of the food.
After drying, the food is inspected to confirm it meets strict durability and quality standards.
The dried product is refined to ensure consistent texture for reliable storage and rehydration.
The refined product is transferred carefully to prevent loss and maintain uniform quality.
Precise portioning ensures every unit provides reliable nutrition during extended emergency situations. Each portion is sealed immediately to lock out air, moisture, and environmental contamination.
Sealed units are tested to confirm they can withstand pressure changes and long-term storage.
Approved containers are labeled with tracking information for long-term monitoring and control.
Secondary packaging adds another protective layer, shielding the food from harsh environmental exposure.
These packages are secured in protective crates to survive rough handling and extreme transport conditions.
Finished supplies are moved into controlled storage areas where temperature and humidity remain stable. Storage conditions are continuously monitored to preserve food integrity over extended emergency timelines.
Routine inspections ensure stored supplies remain intact and ready for deployment at any moment. Inspection results are documented to ensure every supply meets emergency readiness standards.
Logistics teams plan delivery routes to ensure supplies reach disaster zones without delay. Supplies are loaded carefully to prevent damage during long-distance transport into extreme environments. Once cleared, these supplies leave the facility, prepared to support survival in extreme conditions.
These shipments travel long distances to reach areas where normal food supply chains fail.
Deliveries arrive in harsh locations where reliable food access is critical for survival.
Each shipment is verified on arrival to ensure supplies remain secure after extreme transport conditions.
Temporary field storage protects supplies until they are distributed to people in need.
Sample units are prepared on-site to confirm the food performs reliably in real conditions.
The prepared food is evaluated to ensure it remains safe, usable, and nutritionally effective.
After testing, supplies are resealed and prepared for controlled distribution in extreme environments. These supplies are redistributed using smaller vehicles to reach isolated areas efficiently and safely.
These vehicles travel deeper into remote zones where standard supply access is no longer possible.
Upon arrival, local teams receive supplies designed to support survival in extreme conditions.
Supplies are counted and organized to ensure fair and controlled distribution under difficult conditions. These food supplies are distributed carefully to ensure stability and survival during prolonged extreme events.
These meals are designed to be prepared easily, even when resources and time are limited.
These meals provide reliable nutrition when traditional cooking and supply systems are unavailable.
Teams monitor the response to ensure the food supports health and endurance in extreme environments.
Feedback and inventory levels are documented to guide future supply planning under extreme conditions.
Remaining supplies are secured to maintain readiness for future emergencies in the same region.
Supplies are repositioned to ensure rapid response if conditions worsen or new areas require support. After deployment, teams withdraw carefully, leaving supplies positioned for ongoing survival needs. Once operations pause, the site stabilizes, relying on systems designed for long-term survival. Before leaving, teams secure the area to ensure supplies remain protected overnight.
Operations continue through the night, ensuring supplies remain secure in unpredictable conditions. At first light, teams reassess conditions to confirm supplies remain safe after the night. Morning inspections confirm that protective packaging continues to perform under extreme exposure. Environmental data is recorded to understand how extreme conditions impact long-term food stability.
This information helps teams adjust future operations to maintain food safety in harsh environments.
Teams coordinate next steps to ensure food support remains effective as conditions continue to change. Shift changes ensure operations continue smoothly without fatigue affecting critical food support tasks. The incoming team reviews the situation to maintain uninterrupted food support operations. The new team verifies conditions on site to ensure all food supplies remain secure and functional.
As conditions shift, teams reinforce storage to protect supplies from sudden environmental changes.
These final checks ensure food supplies remain stable even as environmental pressure continues to rise.
Teams closely monitor weather conditions to anticipate risks that could threaten food stability.
Updated forecasts help teams prepare supplies before conditions shift beyond safe operating limits.
Supplies are repositioned proactively to reduce risk as environmental conditions become more severe.
Additional securing measures are applied to keep food supplies stable during escalating extreme conditions. Teams visually confirm stability, ensuring every secured unit can withstand sustained extreme exposure.
Detailed records are created to track how emergency food systems perform under prolonged extreme stress. A temporary monitoring station is established to oversee food security as conditions remain unpredictable.
Continuous monitoring allows teams to detect early signs of risk before supplies are compromised.
Observation duties rotate regularly to maintain focus and ensure consistent food security oversight.
Live updates are shared so teams can respond quickly to changing environmental threats.
Protective barriers are strengthened to shield food supplies from escalating environmental exposure. Teams pause to evaluate defenses before conditions intensify further across the operation zone.
Internal temperatures are checked to confirm food remains safe despite extreme external conditions.
Recorded temperature data confirms the food remains stable under prolonged extreme exposure.
All critical data is protected to ensure accurate records guide future extreme environment food operations.
Teams report current conditions to Central Coordination for ongoing support and strategic planning.
Incoming guidance helps teams align field actions with broader emergency food strategies.
Field plans are updated to keep food operations effective as conditions evolve in real time. Updated plans are immediately executed to keep food systems protected under rapidly changing conditions. Extra wind protection is installed to reduce exposure as environmental pressure continues to rise. Stability checks confirm added barriers can withstand sustained extreme environmental forces. Teams resume monitoring to ensure food systems remain stable as conditions continue evolving.
Subtle environmental changes are tracked carefully to prevent delayed risks to food stability.
Even brief observation periods help teams catch small issues before they become major problems.
Small adjustments are handled immediately to prevent minor issues from escalating under pressure.
After quick corrections, teams confirm stability before returning to continuous monitoring duties. Every adjustment is documented to maintain accountability throughout extreme environment food operations. Regular information sharing keeps every team member aligned as conditions remain unpredictable.
Contingency supplies are prepared in advance to maintain food access during sudden disruptions.
Clear labeling ensures contingency food supplies remain easy to access under emergency conditions. Contingency supplies are locked in place to ensure availability during sudden environmental escalation. Shelter integrity is tested to confirm food protection remains reliable under extreme stress.
Successful tests reassure teams that food systems can withstand worsening environmental conditions. As conditions stabilize briefly, teams shift into sustained monitoring to maintain food security. Even during calm periods, constant vigilance is essential to protect food systems from sudden change.
Early warning signs prompt teams to prepare before environmental conditions deteriorate rapidly.
Preventive reinforcements are repeated to ensure food stability before conditions escalate again. Final tension checks confirm reinforcements are ready to handle the next environmental surge. Teams reposition themselves to maintain safety while continuing to observe secured food systems.
From a safe position, teams continue monitoring to ensure food systems remain secure under pressure.
Stronger gusts test the system, revealing how well preparations protect food under stress.
Base, all systems nominal.
Real-time communication confirms food systems remain stable despite increasing environmental force.
As conditions briefly ease, teams reassess the site to confirm food systems remain uncompromised.
Post-event inspections confirm food systems remain fully intact after sustained environmental stress.
Post-inspection documentation captures how food systems performed during the peak of extreme conditions.
Teams review outcomes together to identify strengths and gaps in extreme environment food protection.
Lessons learned are recorded to improve future food operations in extreme and unpredictable environments.
Equipment is secured as operations transition from active defense to routine monitoring. Secured equipment and stable supplies signal a successful response to extreme environmental stress. A final visual check confirms food systems remain secure as conditions return to manageable levels. With systems secured, teams withdraw carefully, leaving food supplies protected against future extremes.
The quiet site reflects careful planning that keeps food safe long after teams depart.
From above, The operation shows how preparation turns hostile environments into manageable challenges.
Extreme environments remain unpredictable, but disciplined systems keep food security intact.
These systems are built not for comfort, but for survival when conditions turn unforgiving.
Every layer of protection reflects lessons learned from operating where failure is not an option.
Small details in design and setup make the difference between failure and sustained food security.
When conditions fade, preparation stands as the final safeguard protecting vital food supplies.
In extreme environments, unseen systems quietly ensure survival long after the storm.
Prepared systems stand ready, ensuring food security even when the world turns extreme.